When you combine high tech with real estate, you get SiteTech. Meet its Chief Operating Officer and co-owner, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Millen team of Wells Fargo Home Mortgage on 38th Avenue, next to Bilo and the Plantation Point Shopping Center. We're focused on SiteTech Systems, and we're visiting with its co-owner and Chief Operating Officer, Todd Woodard. Good morning, Todd.
Well, good morning. Well, thanks for having me here, Greg.
A real Carolina person. I love it.
It's good to be back down south. It really is. It's
I'm
good
sure
to be back
it is.
home.
After almost 20 years away?
It was. Been living in the upper Midwest, in Chicago, and most recently St. Paul. And my wife and family and I were relocating back to the Carolinas and to the Grand Strand area, and we're really excited about doing that.
It is amazing, Tom. You know, the bulk of our viewers are in the PD and southeastern North Carolina.
Sure.
So, but a lot of them, I'm sure, have ties to the native areas for both you and your wife from Cary and Graham.
Yeah, that is. They're great places to live, and it's interesting every time I come back to the Carolinas and see how it's grown and transformed. It really is incredible.
It is amazing.
Coming down to the Grand Strand area and see how it's changed over the last 20 years. It is really exciting, and we're excited to be back down in this area.
Do you all still have family in Alamance and Wake counties?
Yeah, we do. All of my family lives back in Alamance County.
Is that right?
Got a pretty extended family. Got 3 brothers and a sister who all live in the area. My parents are still there. My wife was actually born in Whiteville, North Carolina.
Sure, in Columbus County.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I wish we'd talked about that a little ahead of time.
Sure,
a good friend of mine from Columbus County.
Yeah, she grew up there, and but now she lived in Cary with her mother, but we have a lot of family throughout the entire state, and she spent all of her summers down here in the Myrtle Beach area, so she has a lot of fond memories of living and growing up in this area.
I bet. Did you? And I think I saw you attended NC State. Did you all meet there?
No, we met after school, but we just knew a lot of close friends when we met in Greensboro, and just kind of had a good relationship there, and then got married and moved up to Chicago, and then on up to Minnesota.
That's amazing. So, my first one of my early girlfriends was from Graham, actually.
Oh, really?
Catherine Garner, years ago. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, very interesting. Met her. She was a Salem College student when I was in school. Yeah, I love that area.
Yeah, it is. It really is nice. Very special.
Absolutely. The opportunity to come back and, as you say, now live and reside on the Grand Strand, and the opportunity with SiteTech Systems must be one of the most exciting things you've ever encountered.
It really has been. It was. It's really been a dream of myself is really to own my own company. I mean, I think a lot of people, kind of growing up, they've always dreamed or aspired of, kind of being their own owner and trying to, run their own business. And I was very fortunate throughout my whole career to be part of some very great, large public companies that were really good learning and training grounds for me. Mm-hmm. And really over the last 20 years, I think I really grew and developed a lot personally and professionally. And I think, gained all of the skill sets I needed to go out and build and grow a company that I had some type of part ownership into. Working for, Green Tree and Conseco Finance, and most recently GE Capital.
I saw that.
Yeah, I started and built some pretty large companies there. Over at Green Tree and Conseco, we took a concept of building a private label credit card company. We took that concept and really kind of manifested itself and built really a de novo startup operation to the 4th largest private label credit card in the country.
The 4th largest private label credit card in the country.
Over $3 billion of assets, and it was a very great company.
How long were you there, Todd?
I was there for a little over 9 years, but
Is that right?
But it was fun. I mean, watching it build. I mean, it kind of goes through. Every day was an adventure, but building it and watching it grow and watching the value that you created, it was very fun and special. And obviously, General Electric saw that value, and they came in and bought all of our business as a way for them to grow and acquire.
Sure.
So as growing General Electric, they wanted to get into the mortgage business like a lot of people did 3-4 years ago.
Sure.
So I took the same skills that I used in building a credit card company and built a retail mortgage operation for them that started really from scratch and built 4 sales centers, 450 sales employees.
No, Todd, 450?
Yeah, and we built a lot of value for GE. And So I've had a lot of experience of building value for other companies. Now I want to be part of building value for myself.
Absolutely, you and your family. That's exactly right. And of course, the Grand Strand community writ large. The idea of having some great startup companies, of course, Lurk, which has expanded and purchased another company down in Atlanta and had some great infusions from outside of the area. But to see a company like that, as well as some other tremendous companies start with nothing, own the Strand, and be able to expand, the excitement to see SiteTech Systems now a little less than 20 folks, the opportunity for you all to grow is tremendous.
It really is, Greg. I really feel fortunate and blessed to come across this opportunity. When my wife and I made the decision to, kind of come back to the Carolinas, we really were kind of looking for all of the Carolinas, for us a place to live, and I was looking for companies to buy into. Sure. Really, when I was looking at companies, wanted something that was very much growth-oriented, that had some reoccurring revenues, strong margins, and then more importantly, it was more business-to-business oriented.
Right.
That was kind of where my skills. Yeah. Sure. That was really where my skill set was, and just really, I think through luck and fate, through a mutual friendly friend, I got introduced to Jim Parker and John Jobson, the owners of SiteTech, who were really at a fork of the road. I mean, they built a very, very successful company here in Garden City, homegrown tech company. Yeah. That really provided some great real estate products and solutions for the real estate community here. Oh. And they were really in a fork in the road, what to do with their business. Do I want to just stay in my current market, or do I want to take it and grow? Mm-hmm. I think, when I was introduced to them, we had the same vision of how we can grow our company and our product outside of the Grand Strand area into other parts of the country. Within
our viewing area even and beyond.
Yes, exactly.
Up into the PD and southeastern North Carolina. Of course, you all are already tried and true in Eau Reed, Georgetown, and Brunswick.
Yes.
The ability to really grow beyond this area, the potential is exponential.
It really is, Greg. I mean, right now we're making a really resurgence into Brunswick County. I mean,
good.
Anytime you go up into Brunswick County, it just absolutely amazes me. How much growth is up in the area.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, we used to vacation in Ocean Isle Beach, was just a sleeping.
Oh sure, as did I. That's great.
It was just. I mean, it was before they even cut the canals in there. So to try to see what it's turned and transformed into, it's completely.
It is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. So we see a lot more continued growth in southeastern North Carolina. We're making a push to get into New Hanover County.
Good.
So we want to really kind of get a good footprint in southeastern North Carolina, and then from that, want to start going into larger markets. We're looking to get into the Raleigh-Durham area.
Great.
And then we're also looking at South Florida.
Is that right? Good. South Florida. Well, I want to talk more about those and what you all are planning to do to actually enter those markets. Sure. But if a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, what's the best? Do you all have a good phone number for someone to call to learn more, or even a website?
Sure. Our website is SiteTechSystems.com.
Right.
And to reach us here locally is area code 843-357-4400.
357-4400. Real easy phone number there. And, of course, they're in Garden City. As you say, when folks think about something starting in the Myrtle Beach area, I mean, Garden City's even smaller.
Exactly.
But more exciting to be on the ground floor with the company. I think I saw you all are now hovering between 15 and 20 folks.
Exactly.
So you're positioned with enough infrastructure there, and, of course, with a web-based product. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so y'all are set to roll into counties like New Hanover and Wake and Durham, and then you said South Florida. What's prompting that interest?
Well, the first thing I can really say is when you talk about South Florida is 5.5 million people. I mean, the density, the size is just huge. When we look at the product that we create, which is our WindSource product, is much a county-oriented solution. So as we're trying to build all of the information and kind of assimilate it and aggregate it into one database, obviously we do that on a county basis. So we have all of the, county information from the federal, state, local, and other municipalities. We bring and aggregate it together. So obviously, it's almost a fixed cost to bring and assimilate one county and bring it up live. Mm-hmm. So as we do that, when we look at a county, let's say like Miami-Dade, that has 2.3 million people, it costs us as much for us to develop that county as it would be to, let's say, a smaller county like Dillon or Marion County.
Sure.
But we see the upside opportunity to be exponential because we know what we proved here in the Grand Strand area and the adoptance from our product to all of our subscribers. we see just tremendous growth opportunity in that market.
Oh, yeah.
We've gone down there, we surveyed a lot of the people in the real estate community, we've shown them our product. Yeah, it's just it's been welcomed with a lot of exuberance, and it's kind of like, how fast can we get down there?
That is wonderful, Todd.
So, yeah,
that
we're
is
excited
exciting.
about that.
Let's break down simply. Let's go through those steps to explain to viewers a little bit about One Source here at 7:15 in the morning on a Thursday morning. Let's just break down a little bit about One Source and y'all's main product and how it could impact our viewers' lives.
Okay. Well, what SiteTech produces is the One Source product. And really simply what that is an online real estate research and analytics tool. And we use the power of GIS technology, Geographic Information Systems technology, and we display it all over the internet. So in essence, the whole, I think, genesis of the product came from our two founders, Jim Parker and John Jobson.
Right.
Jim and John are, both, I think, local fixtures here, and they've been very involved in the real estate community for over the last 20 years.
Good.
And as many of the people know, in gathering information on real estate, there's a lot of it. And there's a lot of it in a lot of different places, in a lot of different formats. So they had the same frustrations that a lot of people in the real estate industry is, how do I gather, assimilate, and aggregate all of the information on one particular piece of property and be able to analyze that? What they saw, it was an extremely tedious and time-consuming process. So within that, they knew there had to be a better way. So they constantly were trying to develop a solution for themselves, and that's what they did. They went out and they created a pretty massive kind of a library of information of all the federal, state, county, and local, and any other type of information on every parcel of land in Horry and Georgetown County, had it in paper form.
Wow.
A very impressive, document, but as you know, in the whole business of real estate, things change. It's very fluid, very dynamic, and it became stale. So they knew there had to be a better way. So from that, we digitized that, and we had it all sitting in database. But
I love it.
But when you have information in databases, how do you then make it easier and more visual? So, employing GIS technology to kind of lift that information and create the visual side of it, it tells a story so much easier than reading a tabular report and still going through a lot of information. So that's really what they did. A lot of people saw it. They wanted to have access to it, and the light came on and said, we've developed something very good. Let's see if anyone else wants to buy it. And we started selling it 3 years ago on a subscription basis.
I love it, sure.
And, it's almost been it's a beautiful growth story from that. We've kind of grown really from nothing up to, we have over 800 subscribers today.
Is that right? Over 800? And they're mostly in Horry, Georgetown, and Brunswick counties?
That is absolutely correct. But, surprisingly, we find a lot of people who are very interested in property here. We have subscribers out in Charlotte, Chicago, New York. Anyone who's looking at investing in property here and they hear about our product and tool, they got to have our product.
Wow,
So
that is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure folks would need to call your 357-4400 number to discuss pricing or how it could impact them. It's probably done on a case-by-case basis, but that's very exciting.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and once I saw that, and I was immediately sold, and kind of, not only embrace the product, embrace the company, and kind of put my money where my mouth was.
And some of that data, how would let's say for a first-time user who's going in, who's trying to figure out how they're really going to tap the resource. Of course, I've seen one of your pamphlets at the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce and probably at other areas, and some great quotes by Shep Guyton or Buddy McGraw or others that appraisers that could really take advantage of it, real estate attorneys who could take advantage of it. How could real estate companies, let's say, or how could individuals take advantage of the One Source?
When we look at real estate companies, we believe if anything, our whole mantra that we have within our business is how do we make our subscribers more productive?
Yeah.
In essence, time is money in real estate. So, we know that everyone in the real estate industry spends an inordinate amount of time either collecting and then more importantly digesting and analyzing information.
Right.
And we believe there's got to be a better, more productive way. So we believe anyone who touches real estate benefits from our product. Not only can they, become more productive, by having more information they can make better decisions. And by making better decisions and becoming more productive, we believe it's going to then translate to them being more profitable.
Yeah, of course.
In essence, we have a win-win. When our subscribers win, we win. And we're in the business of making our subscribers more successful within the profession.